We're getting set to bring you all of today's action. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the Portland Trail Blazers. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Berry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for LeBron.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Plumlee. Morris is out there with Davis Bertans. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Trent in at the 2. And for the Lakers, up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. The chosen one out there with Bradley. And it's LeBron in at the 3 slot. With the playoffs around the corner, Brent, some teams already making vacation plans. Talk about the disappointment that those kinds of teams are feeling right now.
Yeah, you start the beginning of training camp with ideas of wanting to play into the postseason, and you know the realization of that goal is not going to be met. And what you want to do is remember your opportunity as a player, Kevin, to go out and still compete. You might not be back with the team that you're playing the end of the season with, the last 10 games. Maybe you're somewhere else. But there are teams, as we've always said, still watching you. And so don't ever get away from the idea of the competition as the season winds down.
Well, they always say the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Everything is on tape, right?
And they are assessing how it is that you approach that, because you show your stripes when things are not going well. What kind of character do you have?
Now here's James after the miss from the chosen one. 6 on the shot clock. And that's a foul called on Davis Bertans. That is his first foul of the game.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Here's the chosen one. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against the Clippers. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. And it's good for 2.
Damian Lillard just working them over right now. One of the smaller guards in the league, but darts around so well to make plays.
Here's the chosen one. Outside Bradley. Pass to the chosen one. Kuzma outside. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. The shot's good from the chosen one.
Don't think about Avery Bradley being an unselfish player, but when he makes reads like that, it feeds his confidence as a playmaker.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by LeBron. And the rejection by James. The pass to the chosen one. Back to Bradley. Passes it to the chosen one. From the arc. Morris with the rebound. For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. They get the rebound. Lillard, the pass to Bertans. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Trailblazers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Morris with the bucket.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's the chosen one. Covered by Lillard. The chosen one. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Well, Portland being up there in the PNW, that's the Pacific Northwest, always means a lot of air miles. Matter of fact, they lead the league pretty much every year in distance travel.
Free throw good from the chosen one. Brent, you talk about all that travel for the Blazers. That can wear you down.
Well, interesting. The Blazers have done some particular things off the floor for their players, bringing in UV lights into the locker rooms, coffee before the game. It's very much hipster Pacific Northwest. And shaking his head moment there, had a chance to put them out in front, but at least they're tied up.
It's stolen by Bradley, and it's the Lakers on the break. And Kuzma slams it in.
And with his size and athletic ability, playing above the rim, not an issue for Kuzma.
Here's Trent. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Lillard. James against Morris. Here's Lillard. LeBron with some nice D.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. This is the 2K leaderboard with a rundown of the NBA's top defenders down low. The league's leaders in rejections this month. Anthony Davis, number 1.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
Hood checked in for Portland. And so he hits both. Knocks it loose. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Suns in Phoenix.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, but then another. Really the story of the game.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was nobody offensively that could get anything going.
Here's the chosen one. Following the basket by Mason Plumlee. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. A fantastic string of games for him. Your Western Conference Player of the Week. The chosen one.
They say defense wins championships. Well, it also wins awards. And his defense during this stretch has been nothing short of jaw-dropping. He has been disruptive with his challenges and has accounted for a metric ton of turnovers with his ball hockey. You have to give it up to this man.
And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Now, Lillard becoming better at staying patient, knowing that at any point in a possession, he can take advantage of somebody. That time he found the open man.
Here's the chosen one. He has 6. Down low, Davis. Plumlee with some nice D. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. Last time they met was in Portland this season.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Well, let's see if the lesson was learned from that loss. If they come out with the same type of effort, they can expect a similar result here.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
And when AD takes off from the ground for alley-oops like this one, it really demoralizes the opponent.
For Portland, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. It's stolen by Davis. And now it's Davis running. He can go all the way. And Davis throws it down.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be sketched.
Trailblazers trail by 4. And Lillard kicks to Hood. Back to Lillard. And it's blocked. Kuzma passes to the chosen. Great communication on the alley-oop.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Here's Trent. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Portland moving the ball around. Lock at 6. Portland again missing.
But his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angles.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wrong? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea. Portland with the ball. After the made shot from the chosen one, here's Bowman. And Davis pulls it down.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Loads it up for Davis. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Excellent all-around performance so far against the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Anthony Davis with the rebound.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Now here's Hood, following the miss by Kyle Kuzma. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. As we're closing on the start of the playoffs, let's see how the West is stacking up. Taking a look at the Lakers, they've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, there's the Trailblazers. They're much further down in the standings right now.
You know, for Los Angeles, they've got their sights set pretty darn high right now. After what they've done this season, their goal is nothing short of a title.
A massive amount of confidence, tremendous swagger with this team, and they believe in themselves. That might be all it takes to get them where they want to go.
And Morris comes over to help. No good from the chosen one. Swiped away. No good that time. And it's Portland the other way. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And a wide open look for Hood. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Hood's got it back down to within single digits for Portland. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Trent. Kuzma pulls it in. Pass to the chosen one. Here's Davis. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Trailblazers trail by 11. With the floater, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And here's a look at the numbers for him.
And if you measure a player's effectiveness by his passing, he's been very effective lately. Look at his assists in the last 10 games compared to the rest of the season. He's in the midst of a great run.
And he makes the first. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Simons is checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. Lakers leading by 9. And the powerful one-handed slam.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, dominant so far, that's the responsibility of the starters. Now let's see if everybody else who plays in this game makes the same kind of high.
Cook. And he converts the layup. And And the Lakers lead by 13.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Each team has a catalyst, Brent. Some guys are ball dominant, who play within the flow of the offense. Is there one approach better than the other?
Obviously, great coaches, Kevin, are going to find what it is that their best player does well. And as many times as I can get my best player into that situation, that's what I'm going to do. So if it's Harden in isolation,
completely new group for Los Angeles. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. LeBron and Kuzma make up the forwards. Avery Bradley is out there with the chosen one, and it's Antetokounmpo in its center. That's the Laker 5.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. The chosen one in the last game against the Clippers delivered quite a performance. He scored 36 points, and his passing was just incredible. He piled up an impressive number of assists. He really played a complete game out there. He just seemed to be in rhythm and always in the right place at the right time. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
They're going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
Trailblazers trail by 20. Up top, Plumlee. Antetokounmpo defending, and the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game. Marcus Morris is checked in for Anthony Simmons. Bertans bounce pass, and stolen by James. For the finish, and Kuzma slams it in.
Well, LeBron makes a million decisions a moment out there on the floor. That time, another good one.
Here's Trent. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Lillard from outside. Offensive rebound. Plumlee, no up.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Bradley on the double team. Lillard. Basket good.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Lakers.
There's the lob. Antetokounmpo.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Yeah, just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
Lillard surveying the D. The feed to Morris. Over LeBron. Morris, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. A pretty simple solution to ending this run. It would just be getting back and actually playing some defense.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Yeah, not something you want to do. You let Lillard drive all the way to the rack, and he will throw it down.
Here's the chosen one. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. The Lakers, number 1.
I mean, they've gotten a little more aggressive defensively. You can become a more confident team on that end, and so much of it, I think, has to do with forcing turnovers and creating offense.
The Lakers making a switch here. Green's checked in. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Here's Trent. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Trent, guarded by Green. Trent can't hit. Lakers leading by 23. Here's the chosen one, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Lillard outside. Off target from three-point range.
Well, his shots aren't dropping. They haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
From outside the arc, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. Antetokounmpo's got his 5th rebound in this one.
This feels like it snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Lakers have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
He hits the second from the line. And here are the Trailblazers now. The shot by Lillard, wide open. Off target with his 3.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's the chosen one, covered by Lillard. And it's sent back by Plumlee.
Big athletic guys like Plumlee. Hard to get your shot over them before they can get their hands up.
Here's the chosen one, Antetokounmpo trying to break loose. And here are the Trailblazers now. We talk about solid role players, Brent. Mason Plumlee fits the bill.
Does such a great job consistently of coming in, being a physical player, setting screens and rolling. Probably an underrated part of his game is the way that he passes the ball, but never is going to get your team out of sorts with the way that Mason can play within his role.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And the chosen one gets the whistle. Bertans with the ball. He's against Kuzma. That shot wide open. 9 points for Lillard.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo. Banked in off the glass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
A challenging stretch here for Portland. Up top, Plumlee. Antetokounmpo defending. There's the lob to Lillard, and it's blocked.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
The chosen one passes to Green, and it's sent back by Lillard. Morris against Green, and the pass to Trent. Now here's Lillard. Fires from the wing, and he nails the jumper. Lillard's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, off the bounce, we know he's good, but off of the kickouts, he can still get it done. That one rings true.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Morris with the ball. Lillard outside. Jacks up a three, and another three for Portland.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Here's the chosen one, covered by Lillard. Lillard comes with the double team, and the dunk by James.
Now that looked easy. Two of the easier points for LeBron James in this ball game.
Guys, nothing has really come easy for him today.
Yeah, definitely not their best basketball.
Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit still large, but now not insurmountable.
Well, the run simply has given them a chance. Great work on both ends. They've got to now ratchet up a notch.
The Trailblazers shooting their fifth and sixth free throws of the game. First one falls for. So he gets them both. LeBron with it. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Fires the three, and it's Portland with the rebound.
Yeah, and that one way back in the first quarter is the three-pointer that has been his only one of the night. This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
50 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. .44 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's the chosen one. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there. For Los Angeles, they have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts. And the first one at the line is good. Good on both. Now Lillard, 32 points for him last game against the Suns in Phoenix. And the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 20.
I don't think he even feels that kind of contact. His focus is just too good inside. Nothing a defense can do.
We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's the chosen one, covered by Morris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's LeBron. Buries it down low. James has got 6.
Well, the combination of power and finesse, it just is automatic when LeBron gets down low. One of the most efficient paint players in the game.
And a deep three from Lillard. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Los Angeles, holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What can you say? The chosen one, an impressive effort here today.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Morris is out there with Davis Bertans. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Plumlee. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And they're pushing it up. And he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, and an excellent pass by Morris. A guy known for his finishing ability, but he also has the skills to facilitate.
Here's the chosen one. Bertans defending. And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
The Lakers have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. Trailblazers trail by 17. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Well, he's capable of lighting a fuse and putting on a fireworks show. He'll do it in any building. Tonight he's got it going.
Here's the chosen one, and he drops in the layup off the glass. The chosen one's got 5 points now in the quarter.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
90 seconds now into the second half. And the chosen one gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his third foul so far. Here's Lillard. 22 points for him. Davis with the block.
Phenomenal defense by Anthony Davis to spike that shot back. Make a heck of a volleyball player.
And Kuzma slams it in.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
Out to the wing. Passes it to Trent. Kicks it out to Lillard. There's the three. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done.
He got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
And this is what Kuzma can do. When he's got it going, you've got to keep getting him opportunities.
Here's Bertanis. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists tonight.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Lillard comes with the double team. It's stolen by Bertanis. All alone. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Kicks it to LeBron. Lillard comes with the double team and stolen by Lillard. Guarded by Kuzma. Lillard.
Oh, man. Fans love it. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena. Another reminder, Kevin, that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Here's Trent, guarded by Bradley. To the middle. Here's Lillard. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. The Trailblazers have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 10-2 run here. Got a piece of it. And now Portland on the break. Here's Bowman. Oh, and he can't camp off the break. Lakers leading by 17. It's Davis with the drop. It's deflected. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. It's stolen by Ingles. Here is Cook. 6 points for him. Pass to Ingles. Here's the chosen one. Pass to Davis. 5 on the clock. Here's the chosen one. Great D that time from Portis.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. To the inside, and stolen by Portis. There's the pass to Simons. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Here's the chosen one, covered by Morris. 6 to shoot. Here's the chosen one. Los Angeles with another miss.
Yeah, that was $1 million crossover to free him up, but that finish, I'd give him 50 cents.
Well, we keep talking a lot about Anthony Davis and the fact that when he was a young player, he played the point guard position, and then all of a sudden grew like 60 inches to play center position. You see that skill set show up now and again, but really what you're seeing now about AD is his maturity in the game, finding spots on the floor where he can absolutely be dominant and control any kind of offensive possession from wherever he is on the floor.
To the right side. Shoots from the baseline, and he makes that one. 8 points for him. We've got 1:55 left to play in the third. Defended by Portis. And it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game. And at Kentucky, Davis mostly an interior player, but he maintained Brent all along. He was capable of more than he showed in college.
There's no question about his skill set, and in the NBA, the opportunity, along with the transition of the NBA game, and especially the center position, he seems to be coming along at the appropriate time to show all of his wares off, Kevin.
Here's Hood. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hood's got 11 points.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
1:03 left in the third. Here's the chosen one. 25 points in the game. Shot clock at 6. From 15 feet away, it's rebounded by Portis. Trailblazers trail by 15. Here's Simons. No good on the triple.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Lakers have gone 9 of 13 from the line. The first free throw is good. And some changes here for the Lakers. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Davis, and James subbed in for Joe Ingles. And a switch here also for Portland. Trent's checked in. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. There's the lob to the hoop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry. The Trailblazers shooting 48% from the field as a team in this third quarter. Inside, here's Morris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
For Portland, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. And Morris drops them both. Lakers leading by 17. Defended by Portis.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him, they appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
No good with the layup. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Los Angeles on top, up 19. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Lakers leading by 19. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Cook out there with the chosen one. And it's LeBron James. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the four-man position. Holman passes to Hood. Here's Portis. James covering. Shoots the three. That shot off.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that. Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
So just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
When people talk about a player's mileage limit, do you think total games is the most accurate assessment in that?
I don't think so, Kevin.
What is it?
It's the amount of minutes that players play.
Yeah.
I mean, there are plenty of studies out there that teams are digging around on when players reach. And trust me, they got to be lucky, but you're talking 35,000, 40,000 minutes in the league. That the body is just not capable at that point of replicating the things that it's done year in and year out. So forget about the games. Go to total minutes played. That's where you'll find the biggest fall off for some of your favorite players that have amused and entertained you for years.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
They've done a much better job from the line. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game. And right now, at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
Davis is checked in for Los Angeles. Bertanis, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Bowman. The Lakers with the rebound. LeBron's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The chosen one passes to Davis. Hammers the alley through.
With such great work from the athletic big man, Anthony Davis, so devastating on offense.
Trailblazers trail by 21. Oh, trying for it. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Yeah, but in the first half, he was really flawless as a ball securer. But that certainly hasn't been the case here in the second half.
Avery Bradley, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Here's the chosen one. Floats it up for James.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
A few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base, for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over, and you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior, or you're a college player, and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists as a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players.
And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Here's Los Angeles now. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Outside, Antetokounmpo. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Gibson over to help. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And in alley-oop jam.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
That's his fourth foul of the contest. Los Angeles making a switch here. Caruso's checked in. Pass to Horde. Outside Gibson. Pass to Horde. Collins dishes to Gibson. Unable to get that one. So the Lakers will take it the other way.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by Los Angeles.
And Caruso's got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Collins grabs the miss.
I'm gonna go up because
Here's Horn, guarded by Green. Shot's good by Gibson.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed and getting out on it.
Here's the chosen one.
finish that
An
time.
easy 2 points on the layup. The chosen one's got 15 points here in the second half.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
To the paint, here's Little, and it's Little finishing it off.
Straight power, homie. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely a resounding dunk. Here's the chosen one. Antetokounmpo passes to McCoy. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was.
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with the three-point line, and you gotta be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap for those players too, that also because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now,
Absolutely.
be unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor,
Yes.
what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
exactly.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
Well, that's how you drive your point home right there. Here's the chosen one, covered by Lillard. Floats it up for Davis. Plumlee with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Trent. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Trent's got 4 points this quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The chosen one passes to Davis. That one goes. Count it.
That's just such good clutch. I mean, with that length, Kevin, once he turns, he's got a shooting window that feels wide open.
Morris outside. Back to Lillard. Nice pass. Run him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Lillard's got 10 points in just the second half. To the inside. Plumlee with the steal. Bertans in the post. He's against Kuzma. Here's Trent. Pass to Morris.
Very fun.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Avery Bradley pulls it in. Bradley's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Loads it up for Davis.
My goodness. Say that. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Portland with the ball. Here's Trent. Poked away. And another steal for him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
Whenever AD is floating around the basket like he was there, you know if he gets the ball, he's going to go for the jam.
Here's Trent. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Brent, when we talk about home court advantage, do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
Here's the chosen one, covered by Lillard, and the basket by Ingles.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Portland's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Morris looking over the floor. And there's the pass to Plumlee. Here's Trent. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Trent's got 9 points now in the quarter.
He's been incredible in this half. Anytime he pulls up from outside, you think that's bottoms.
And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Plays it in off the breakaway.
Capitalizing on the error, grinding out points. You gotta love it.
That's why you can't afford to just turn it over to him, because he's going to do stuff like that to make you pay just right down the throat.
Here's the chosen one. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Damian Lillard. But, you know, the NBA, not the only league of great players and great play. Talk about some of the other prominent leagues around the world. There's some terrific competition.
And great competition overseas in the Turkish league. Some very good players that play in the Russian league. There are some great players who are coming out of Australia, and we're actually seeing players now skip playing in the G League to go down to Australia to start their development and professional careers. So when we talk about the world game, Kevin, we're not joking around. It's a very real thing, and we continue to invite the best players that we can find, and they come from all over.
Kuzma brings the double team. The wide open shot by Little from outside off the mark. Feeds to Davis. And finished off by Anthony Davis.
What a throw down by AD. He really rocks the rim with that one.
And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Now here's Little. In the corner, Collins with it. 6 on the shot clock. Gibson with it. Picked up by Kuzma. Collins wide open. He fires. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
He'd love to make him pay for giving up that wide open jumper. Just unable to do so.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
And bird rights an important element in structuring the salary cap. Can you tell the viewers exactly what that means?
What it means, Kevin, is you have the ability to go into the above the tax to sign your own player, and so it doesn't cost you in terms of county salary. So player finishes his season, you have bird rights on that player. You can negotiate a number that's not going to impact your bottom line and cut into your salary cap. So very important when teams are maneuvering around and trying to get players on their roster for a season or two, that after that second season or third season over, that the bird rights still remain for them to extend him even further to keep him around the culture.
And again, another assist.
And the passing display just doesn't end. Tally up another assist for him.
That one will put him tied for 3rd in the all-time assist list. One of the best games I've ever seen. And Gibson wide open. He shoots and just miss after miss right now.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. You can safely say mission accomplished now for the Lakers.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots. But the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And we have watched this team all season long play with such tenacity, with the wins piling up on the end. This will make it now 61 total.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for the chosen one.
And this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Joe Ingles, and it's Green in for Avery Bradley. Here's the chosen one. Crops in the layup for 2. The chosen one's got 45 points.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all that complete control.
Got a piece of it. Gibson passes to Horde. Takes the 3. Here's Portis. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Here's the chosen one, defended by Gibson. Great D that time from Gibson. Here's Horde, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Yeah, I love the communication and the care.
Passes to Horton Tucker. Here's the chosen one. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. That's a jump ball. And here are the Trailblazers now. So it's Los Angeles win this one easy. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by points tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Well, Greg Anthony, Doug Berry, and David Owen. This is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA presented on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
I'm not sure he got on your cell phone. I cannot see the cell phone if I'm here.
Huh?
I cannot see the cell phone if I'm here.
You have enough cellphone na Jardine eh.
Daddy. Daddy, 7, Daddy.
What's up, Shaq here? That was one of the best offensive performances I've seen this year. If you can keep it up, I might even give you one of my nicknames.
Oh man, coming from you, Shaq? You know I'm humble. You know, it's been a lot of extra hours in the gym trying to perfect certain moves, add some different other ones. You saw the results of that tonight. But I do believe the best is still ahead, and I hope to prove that next time out.
I know you will. If you do, nickname time.
Negative din, hayop.
Negative ka?
Mali daw sagot. Tatlo na lang, 99 na eh.
Yeah. Daddy's hair is right. I look over when my knee is too bright.
Bright ba? Oh. Ay, too bright na.